I mean, if you kill someone, that's terrible, of course. But does that mean someone could kill you back? I mean, does it, you know, um, did, eh, did two wrongs make a right? You know, to use a cliche. Not sure why the Bible's supporting killing there. Genesis 9:16. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. Why would God need a rainbow to remember that he made a covenant? Like, couldn't God just remember that no matter what? That one's just a little bit funny to me. Like, I'm going to need this rainbow so I can remember that I made this covenant, because I'm not going to remember without the rainbow. Genesis 9:19. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth were dispersed. That just goes into the argument of how could you possibly populate the earth from three people over 6,000 years or 4,000 years, whatever it is that the Christians believe, since the flood. And these three sons had to populate the earth, of course, with Noah's wife, because that was the... Or no, I'm sorry. Never mind. They brought their own wives. Let's see. Genesis 9:21. He, referring to Noah, drank of the wine and became drunk, and lay uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and walked backward, and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." That's Genesis 9:19 through 25. Here's what I find odd. Noah is cursing Canaan. But in this verse, Canaan is only mentioned once. And it says, it's only mentioned when they talk about Ham, who is the father of Canaan. So why wouldn't he curse Ham? Like, if he's all upset, oh my gosh, he saw me naked. Like, why wouldn't he curse the one who saw him naked, not the son of the one who cursed him? Or the son of the one who saw him naked. That's a little bit odd to me. Let's see. Genesis 11:5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of man had built. Why would God need to come down to earth to see it? Couldn't he just kind of like pull it up in his vision instead of having to like fly down to earth? Let's see, Genesis 6. Not starting quite at the beginning though. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us... Or, sorry, I'll start at the beginning. Genesis 11:6. And the Lord said, "Behold, they are one people, and they have all one language, and this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech." First off, they could really do anything just because they had one common language. I mean, at this point in the world, we don't necessarily have one common language, but it's quite easy to communicate with people of all countries if you have a translator. You know, you can get a translator and communicate with anyone, anywhere. And many countries speak the same language. So, you know, many countries speak Spanish. They could all communicate together. Many countries speak English. They could all communicate together, but we can't do anything. I mean, I think this also shows that God is afraid. You know, he's afraid that humans are going to... I don't even know what he's afraid of. I mean, he's afraid because they are united. He wants them to be divided and not have the same language. And then it goes on, 11:9. There the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And I've, you know, read that God is not an author of confusion. God does not create confusion, but he does there. So that's Genesis for you. finished off through chapter 11. The rest of Genesis I have to go back to later because it won't be in chronological order. So this has been the first, well, not the first because I'm going to have to split these videos up into multiple parts, but that was Genesis for you, the beginning of Genesis. As you could probably tell, I'm being very nitpicky. I'm picking out everything that I see wrong, even though I could probably explain it myself. And not all of it I can explain myself. But I'm doing that because I really want to test the Bible. Because if I'm going to believe that it's true, I have to know that everything in it is true. And I can explain everything in it. Because if it is the Word of God, everything in it should be able to be explained. Excuse me. So, I welcome anyone who wants to explain these to me. Please do so. Please explain them via personal message or video response, preferably a video response. Please do not respond in comments. I will read your comments. I will not respond to your comments because I don't think this is a debate that can be done over 500 characters word limit, or 500 word limit. Whatever it is. So, post comments, but if you want to actually explain these verses, please do it in a personal message at the very least, or post a video response. Video responses are much more appreciated. It's nice if I can talk to a real human being, and at least hear a voice of a real human being. It makes the discussing it much easier. But anyway, this has been the Amazing Libertarian, and I will be back when I finish reading the segment of Job, and I will go through the verses there. So, see you guys later. Oh, and if you do post any responses, I'm going to be responding, like to any video responses, I'll be responding via video. Any personal messages, I'll respond via personal message. And I'll get those out of the way before I post up my Job series in the Bible. So yeah, this has been the Amazing Libertarian. I'll see you guys later.